Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing another NFL special giveaway video. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, you guys, we are doing, I think, week 9. I honestly... I'm kind of losing the weeks right now. It's all meshing into nothing. But we're going to be doing this week the Falcons versus the Patriots. So if you are not privy to my NFL special giveaway, I am doing an 18-week giveaway where I'll be posting 2 NFL teams per video every Tuesday, and you will vote on which team is going to win or lose their games, and whoever picks the most correct picks for the season is going to win. If there are multiple winners, I'm going to put them on a wheel and we're just going to spin randomly that way. So the winners are going to be 2 of them, which are the nail winners and the craft winners, and they will each end up with a bunch of goodies, whether it be nails or whether it be crafts. And then they're going to also receive a gift card on top of a 1-hour virtual meeting session to go over any of the item, like pretty much anything under the sun that you may have difficulty with, whether it be for nails or crafts, or if you just want to learn how to do something either through nails or crafts, or if you do have a channel or inspired to doing a channel and you really want to, pick my brain on things, because I may not be like, the super huge channel right now, but for someone that's been content creating for about 4 years, 5 years, I do have a bit of a knowledge that could help someone at least get a leg up from when I started from pure scratch 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So there's that. I post my NFL videos every Tuesday, and then I close the voting on the end of Wednesday Eastern time. And then I will post the results sometime during the week for whoever got the correct picks. And if you've seen these posts on my channel, I use your little YouTube icons to show who's ahead of the game, literally ahead of the game. So there is time, because it's only week 8 or 9, and there's plenty of other picks that you can have. We've been actually getting a lull in the team lead section. So there had been plenty of time for the underlings. I'm only saying underlings just because they are behind the leads that have caught up. So always vote every week, and you never know if your picks are going to make it. So it's always good to kind of overdo it than not, for your chance to make it. But anyway, so per every video, I am going to be doing a little bit of info about both teams, just because, it just takes a good chunk of our nails here. But I never really quite go over that. So we're going to go over some quick info about each team so that you can impress whoever you are dating, seeing, or involved with, that you want them to know you know a thing or two about a thing or two. So let's talk about it. For the Atlanta Falcons here, as you can see, I'm drawing up some cartoon abstract falcon. Looks more like an Egyptian style falcon, and that's fine, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do. There was actually iterations of this logo before they ended up with this logo, present day. So it's always nice to know, how these teams came about and why their logo is what it is. All right, so for their quarterback, they have Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix Jr. So we got a little bit of the old, little bit of the new, but Kirk Cousins, has been around for a while. So, it's always good to see what's going on. But was he traded already? I don't know. Maybe he was traded to the Falcons. Yeah, I'm a little far behind, but so Kirk Cousins. Anyway, so on top of this information about QBs, because that's pretty much the most popular position of a team, the Atlanta Falcons are, of course, in the NFC South Division. They are playing along with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Panthers, and the Saints. So they are currently third place in the NFC South Division. So in case you are a Falcons fan, now you know where they are. And of course, this is always eligible to change throughout the season. So it's really hard to tell until close to the end of the season who's moving up, who's not. So that is that for the Falcons. And then of course, let's talk a little bit about their stadium. Okay? So for their stadium, they play at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And this is actually at Atlanta, Georgia. So I've already mentioned this before. It's always good to know where your teams are playing because sometimes it's always misconstrued. And I say this a lot because I am from New Jersey. But most of our teams, and I say our teams because they play and practice in New Jersey, they are not recognized for being New Jersey at all. They're only recognized for being in New York. So that does get a little frustrating, but so in case you didn't know, they are a New Jersey team. So in this case here, though, they are Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. It's always nice to see a team where it's at. I'm all about that. And I only say that because, like I said, I do have issues with some of the teams saying they're from somewhere and they really aren't. All right, so that is that for this nail set, and then we're going to just talk a little bit more about this one because I've been trying to switch up my designs. I didn't want to keep it very similar. So we've got still the logos on the thumbnail, and I think that logo is just really cool. So I love how that came out. And then we do have the other nails that I had to adjust, and I thought that it would be really cool if we did like a normal black and white stripe set of nails, just so that we had them. It gets a little cluttered on the nail, especially when we're learning, just to space it out and such. So it's really good to kind of get an idea of what a nail length should be so that we can focus more on getting the shapes right onto the nail. So, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. Now, after we do these nails, we're going to be heading towards the state nail. So, for most of these football sets, what I have been doing is the mascot nail on the thumbnail. And then we have the, I don't know what else you would call it, like the actual set mascot nail. I don't know. On this, we're doing the state nail, so we're just going to be coloring this up, and then we're going to be locating the stadium as such on this little Georgian state on this nail. I feel like I should have outlined it with yellow a little bit just to give it a little bit more color pop. And I'm really disappointed that I decided not to do that just because after looking at the whole set collectively, it looked like it needed a little bit more outline, and I kind of definitely prevented that from happening. So, but anyway, so now from here, we are going to be finding the cutest top ever to stick on this nail, and the rhinestones, of course, is going to be showing where exactly this rhinestone glue is supposed to go. And then we're going to go ahead with some glass top coat. We're going to make sure we get a little bit of that layer all the way around, acting like a cellophane strip or what have you around, the specific look. But at any rate, all right, let's move on to the Patriots. I never thought in a million years that I would be doing this logo for them, just because I was a fan of Peyton Manning all the way. So thinking that the Patriots were good in anything than Peyton Manning was just a crime. So I really don't think much of them even till this day. But as a person that's trying to do every team possible here, I had to do this. So we're going to be working with what I got here going on. So we're going to be layering up this cat's eye for all the nails. And we are going to be activating the magnets as we should, because there's a lot more to the situation than that I'm talking about. So we're going to just activate these magnetic crystals with my toothbrush, and that hopefully could save us a bit from what we're trying to do, but it does ultimately kind of keep us busy with everything else that's going on. So it's pretty tough to kind of balance everything out. But yeah, so what I'm doing here is just pretty much activating all of the metallic pieces to kind of make one shiny, to be honest, I don't even know what to call it anymore, like black and white or some sort of cross or situation like that. I don't know. I'm not that great at this. And then that would be that. But of course it doesn't really turn out that way. But yeah, so I am just going to be applying this cat's eye gel onto each eye, and then going in separately with this pearlized textural thing. I forgot what it's called, but we're going to use that on the inside and see what happens. So hopefully that will help whatever situation we are in. And obviously I hope that this kind of continues what exactly the look we're looking for, as we tend to kind of like glaze over what is needed. At any rate, so for the Patriots, we have Drake May as the quarterback, and I should know this because this is the quarterback that hubby wanted for his team, the Chicago Bears. I hear nothing but so much about this. So, yeah, in case you're wondering, Drake May is the quarterback. Now, for the Patriots, they play for the AFC East, and they play along with the Buffalo Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets. And right now they're first, and it's not that bad, just because the only contenders I feel, in my opinion, are the Bills. I just feel like the Dolphins and the Jets just haven't been up to par, and it clearly shows considering Patriots are the first in their division. Now, there is a lot of weeks left ahead. We are only in week 9, so a lot can happen in this amount of time, and only time will tell where the Patriots will be in their division. But at least now you know, so you can tell your peeps, let them know that you know a thing or two about a thing or two. It's just always nice. So, now, where the Patriots play is the Gillette Stadium. And the Gillette Stadium is located in Foxborough, Massachusetts. So, if you may or may not know, New England is kind of blanketed around the top northeast region of the United States as being kind of quote unquote part of New England. Yeah, I couldn't help you out with that. I wasn't born back in those days. I can imagine that those states were kind of more conformed to the homeland of New England. But yeah, don't mark my words on that because I don't study that stuff enough to say that was. But at least now you know a thing or two about the New England Patriots, which is a lot easier to know than the whole history of America versus New England, or United Kingdom as it's known today. But anyway, so I am drawing the Patriots logo, and kid you not, did I not ever think in a million years that I would ever paint Patriots anything in my life. Just because I was a super ultra diehard fan of Peyton Manning, which in turn kind of led over to Eli Manning, his brother. So there's no way in this godly given planet that I would be a Patriots fan at all. But here I am, painting up the Patriots for you guys, because it's not about that. It's about representing all 32 teams, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. And despite my differences between loving Peyton Manning, all that he is, versus the infamous Tom Brady that he never was. I know that's an absurd comment, but I'm going to say it because I'm Team Peyton. But anyway, and I guess Team Eli. But yes, now you know a thing or two about a thing or two. This was, I thought, going to be very difficult when I saw week 8. I was just like, oh my gosh, no, really? Can you just give me something a little bit more simple? But yeah, it turned out to be all right. I don't think it was really complicated. But yeah, I just 1000% didn't think in a million years I'd be voting something on, the new freaking England Patriots. Yeah, I know. Sucks. At any rate, so that is that. And I can't even remember if I mentioned that they were playing at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm looping myself. But anyway, so this is the logo, and I really feel like I jacked up the face. So hopefully the rest of it is all right. Yeah, I don't know. I just really screwed up and I didn't like it. But comment below, let me know what you think, because after I finish doing these 2 sets, of course, we're going to go back and we're going to review the whole thing. So right now, I mean, obviously I would tell you that the Patriots is not my favorite, considering that is the one team that I've been loathing and despising for about a decade. So I would have to say that the Falcons are my favorite set for today. They're alright, you know. I'm not gonna lie though, the Patriots background that I ended up using with the pearlized swirly finish, because we ended up using some sort of decorative swirly type of design. Yeah, I'm not at all kind of taken aback by that. I don't know. Maybe I'm like in the same boat with other people, but yeah, I just don't pay attention to stuff. Sometimes, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't pay attention to detail so much, but sometimes I do. But it's more forced than not. But that's neither here or there. All right, let's continue. I'm ombreing some reflective glitters on the regular nails. As you know, I never can really decide what I want to do with the plain nails because I don't want to go super extra with the design, but I also don't want to ruin it too. But in this case, I think all is well. I did the cat's eye background, and then we just went it over lightly with the pearlized gel that we ended up swirling. And I really love this technique because it gives a lot of texture to the nail that just seemingly is flat as ever. But anyway, on this nail, we're going to be doing the state, I guess just the state nails on them. I feel like I've worked hard enough to kind of section these things off and let you know that, oh yeah, we're going to be showing off the whatever today. And, it'd be nice to kind of, have people recognize that. But, anyway, here's the end result, you guys. I love the 2-in-1 chrome top coat. It really is a life changer because I was always struggling with chrome powders before then. But this gel polish really helps you just lay down that powder on there, giving it this whole new dimension, as you can see here. Never did I think in a million years that this would be something that I'd be doing, but that's exactly what's happening. And yeah, I gotta find out if they want like pockets and stuff. But anyway, so here we have our Georgian map with the stadium where it should be. I always like this kind of a design because it really just educates you on where things are. And I don't know if anybody paid attention, but when I am doing things like New Jersey, New York, you can clearly see where the difference is if I let it go. And then, of course, if I, on the other hand of it, it's like super thick, you can see through it, this and that. It's just, I guess it's just very annoying. But anyway, here is the Falcons logo. I worked this out. I was really shocked that I was able to kind of just block this out without any screw ups. I'm not going to let you know where, but I did notice that I did messed up in a part of that England space. So, just to let you know. And then this one is the Patriots set nails. I love that background. That background reminds me of everything metallic that hasn't been painted over yet. It's got to have that breakdown, that pixelation type deal. And I really like it, honestly. So, but anyway, here's the logo that I worked on that was pretty tough, just for a lot of reasons. So it's really nice to see them kind of up and running again. But yeah, here we have, I decided to put reflective glitters on each nail just because it was easier to handle. I really didn't like that kind of a thing. So, but I'm really loving these backgrounds. Yeah, I don't think that's going to change, to be honest. So, but last but not least, we're going to go over the state nail. I always paint the state nails on every piece of platform here. And I put the rhinestone where it should be based on the map. So hopefully at the end of the day, it's looking like it's supposed to look and it works and all this and that. So, but yeah, that's it for this set, you guys. So, comment below, let me know what you think of any of them. How tough is it to get from home to obviously building these things, but yeah. So thank you so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I wanted to go ahead and thank my Josieism Tier 2 members. Thank you for all your support. Go check out Sandra's Sparkly Sets and check out Conjure Up Nails, as well as the Nail Genie SC. Also, thank you so much for my other Josieism members. If you would like, go check out the perks and become a member today. Thanks. Bye.